Welcome to Heaven Glimpse. If you're new here, I'm glad to have you. My name is Shedi, and I share the stories of people who have had near-death experiences and seen what's beyond this life. These videos are meant to bring hope and show that there is life after death. If you enjoy this content, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell to get notified of new videos. It's free and helps the channel grow. Today's story was shared anonymously, so we don't have a name. The person describes seeing Jesus, who showed them two possible futures. Before they left, they had one final question. So, get comfortable, grab a drink, and let's dive into today's story. The person also wanted to stay anonymous because when they shared their experience with family, they faced criticism. Even their parents tried to send them to counseling with their pastor, and now they are no longer in touch with them. They want to know why it's so hard for some believers to accept that God can reveal things beyond this world. They've allowed us to share their story, but they wish to stay anonymous, as some people react badly to hearing about near-death experiences. Hi, everyone. I'd like to share my near-death experience, but I want to stay anonymous because, honestly, sharing it with my family didn't go well. They didn't believe me, and they even tried to send me to counseling with our church pastor. It's been painful, and we're no longer close. This happened in the early 90s when I was in college. Back then, I was partying pretty heavily. One night, after a lot of drinking with friends, I got separated from the group. I felt really hot and stepped outside for some air. When I went back inside, I couldn't find anyone I knew, so I decided to head back to my dorm. On the way, I stopped to rest on a bench and ended up passing out. When I woke up, I was looking down at myself lying on the bench. I wasn't drunk anymore, and strangely, I felt totally calm. It was like I didn't have any connection to that body below. I felt free in a way I'd never felt before. Then, I noticed a tunnel in the air behind me. I knew I was supposed to go through it, so I did. At first, I floated gently, but then I started speeding up. Time didn't seem to exist as I moved through space, and eventually, I saw a light up ahead. The closer I got, the stronger this feeling of love became. I can't describe it well, but it was like the entire universe was hugging me. Then, a man in a white robe with an incredible smile came toward me. Though he didn't move his mouth, I could hear him speaking directly in my mind. He said, "I've been waiting for you, my child." I asked, "You have?" He replied, "Yes. And since you're going to ask, Jesus is the name you know me by, though I am called by many names. You are here because you've reached an important time in your life." Then, he told me he'd show me two possible futures but said the choice of which one I'd live was mine. He touched my forehead, and suddenly, I saw myself older, in a doctor's office, being told that my liver was failing due to my drinking. Then, he showed me another future where I was working as a social worker, helping at-risk youth. I looked happy and healthy. I asked, "Why am I being shown this? Why am I so important?" He told me that we're all pieces of a larger puzzle, and every piece matters. I may not know why, but I was chosen to see these possible futures for a reason. Before I turned to leave, I asked him one more question. "Jesus, all my life, I've heard you're coming back. Can you tell me when?" He said, "Only my Father knows that answer." My return through the tunnel was similar to my journey there, but as I reached my body, I felt a pull, like I was being forced back inside. With a sudden pop, I woke up on the bench, cold but sober. After this experience, I worked up the courage to tell my family, but they thought I was either crazy or on drugs. It was heartbreaking. Eventually, I stopped talking to them and quit drinking. I focused on school and turned my life around. I ended up working as a social worker, just as I'd been shown. Now, I try to make a difference in young people's lives every day. I don't fully understand my place in the grand scheme of things, but I believe I'm part of something greater. Maybe one of the kids I help is the reason I was shown my future. Only time will tell. That does it for today's experience. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, Stay safe and be blessed.